hold on. Give me a second, man. I'm the camera shy today. Come on,
whenever
man.
You're ready to go, man.
Just give me 10 seconds.
It's gonna get 10 seconds to follow his brain here. I'm on the air.
Come on, man.
It's okay.
I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
All right, here we are. We're in the triplex. We're back in the triplex for cash flow. This is at the punch list stage where basically everything's done. Just waiting to go through some minor details. The owner of this property, he's an electrician, and we left some different areas that he wanted to improve on. Like he wanted to add some different access lighting and some other stuff. But essentially the whole project is finished from where it started, which was a 3-bedroom. Actually, it was a 3-floor total shell with just a bunch of debris, a bunch of dead cats in here, and what else we have in here? I mean, it was mainly just debris. So the way it ended up being configured, where we originally had it as a 1-bedroom on the first floor, which we were able to configure it where it's now 2 bedrooms on the first floor, which was an additional cash flow to the owner. There's an efficiency in the back and a bi-level 2-bedroom occupying the 2nd and 3rd floor. So the things we'll walk you through is the big things we have here is the master key lock system, the new electricity, no gas in the property, new carpets.
Where you going, man?
Brand new ceramic tile.
I'm pretty enough.
This is Ron Molester. Ron is another one of our investors who we frequently do business with, and we got Ron along for a ride today. We're actually doing a transition from one of Ron's. Actually, we're working on 3 of Ron's properties right now. One of them we're finding a tenant for. One we just finished a curb dig out today for a track replacement. And the 3rd one is a transition between tenants we're working on. So those are Ron's properties we're working on. 4 of them, and another one we're fixing a leak in on 5th and Turn. That's 4 Ron's properties that we're working on, and Ron's along for the ride today to check out some of the other work that we're doing. But we're sending out we're at the punch list stage, and we want to give you an idea of how this property turned out. As you can see, this is the bi-level unit, and you can just get a look at the big living room. Watch yourself. The big living room, kitchen area. So they got a really huge living room area. If my cameraman starts bumping into the walls, maybe you can get a view of it. You can see that they have a really nice space where you get the furniture upstairs. To the bedrooms where you can get their mattresses and everything upstairs. And they got a really, really nice ceramic tile job in the kitchen where all the ceramic tiles super straight and it's not on the floating floor, and the kitchen cabinets really look good. And also we want to point out that there's electric box. Each unit has its own electric fuse box.
That's it. That's the only thing.
No, there's the electric fuse box. There's the baseboard heat.
Each unit is completely self-contained, so the tenant actually never has to. They can have complete control over everything in this property. All of the plumbing is home runs. So if there's a leak, they can turn it off at the leak. The electricity and the control of electricity is in the property. We put baseboard heat in here to keep PGW out of the property. So each unit here is completely self-contained. There's no need. The beauty of that is the landlord, if there's a challenge, there's no need to have somebody come over to do anything that needs to be done. If the electricity gets cut off, then the tenant has to pay for it. If the heating doesn't work, we've got one heating unit to replace. So we literally broke these units down into self-contained units to save the investor money. That's what we did. Right, Vic?
I was going to say the same thing.
You said it so eloquent.
The same time of day, there's no corrections by the cameraman. The cameraman just usually yanks me by the collar and says, Vic, say this, and this. But today, we save time. for your benefit, now you see what I go through on a daily basis.
So that's the beauty of this, and this is the way that we've been doing units, multi-units. Even actually 3-1s. The whole goal is to minimize maintenance for the investor, so that and specifically when you think about doing things like plumbing, right? In the past, if there was a plumbing problem, there's a potential problem throughout the entire property. In other words, you know, water leaks through whatever it leaks through, and then you got this big deal. And the tenant has to turn the water off at the main water supply, so they basically are out of water. We fixed that by doing home runs with PEX. So those are the kind of things that we think about when we work with other investors. How can we minimize the amount of work the investor does and maximize the amount of profit? That's what we try and do.
So I wanted to show them a bathroom.
Okay.
All the units have the same ceramic tile, have the same carpet, and the same cabinets, and the ceiling fans, and of course, all electricity is separate. I just want to show you, give you a view of the bathroom, so you get a view of, just so you can get a view of how it turned out. Of course, with the light.
So everything in here is brand new. Come on, man.
So okay, it's all brand new. Everything's on.
Anything.
Everything's on and functional and working. Of course, all the water works, the toilet works. As though, you know, we're not waiting on any particular. You know, there's nothing else to wait on. This unit is just waiting to be cleaned out
and tenants found.
Cleaned out and tenants found.
And so, each unit has its individual water meter.
Each unit has individual run for water, but not a water meter.
Okay, so how's the landlord handle the water?
Yeah, either what you can do is you can either put in separate water meters, or you can just section off the water, and the landlord pays the water.
But I mean, to put in separate water meters is really not that big a deal.
It's not a big a deal, but it's additional cost to you. Yeah. Because for every water meter, then the water company charges you an extra
service fee.
Right. And the service fee is like $25 per meter per month. So it's for a $7 water bill. I mean, it's a lot easier for you to just add that onto the rent instead of carrying all those different
costs.
All those costs.
There you go.
Which eat your money up. $25 a month adds up quickly. 3 units is an extra $75 a month.
It comes down to that, huh?
And then you add it up per year, and then you figure out how much your cash flow is per unit, and you're giving all your money to the city.
Comes down to that.
A lot easier to give yourself a raise the rent by $25, and make a profit.
So what's next? After this one, what's next? What else we got going?
Well, we still got another duplex in what's it called? What's it, Mount Airy?
No,
West Oak Lane.
West Oak Lane.
In West Oak Lane. I'm a West Philly guy. I don't know. So right out there in West Oak Lane, we still got the duplex, and that one's at the punch list stage also, and we got a few other single families that are popping up. And so that's the end of the wrap up for the punch list stage. And the next stage just be getting the tenant, and I want to put out some videos out on staging your properties, so you'll see the next level of what we do, and you'll get to see the difference between just a blank unit and a blank bathroom, saying that's a nice bathroom, to seeing how it looks when it's staged and the effect that it has on the tenants. So once again, the number 215-473-1598. Give us a call, and we'll be seeing you. We'll be seeing you in your next investment.
I gotta coach him all the time, man. It's a tough job, Ron.
The Vulcan Mind Meld.